I'm making momos.
Dikao.
Okay. 1 second.
Oh,
See
wow.
it? I got it from the Indian grocery store.
And some for me.
Yeah. You just have to make the drive, mommy, you know? Let me see this YouTube 1 second. Oh, no.
Annie loves it.
Here we go. Let me give this to my Huh? Not really. What were you asking, mommy? Kya? No, she's here. Okay. There we go. It's live on YouTube. No, it's not been 10 minutes. They said 10 minutes. Mommy's camera's on, but she's there. She said hello, Didi.
Oh, hello, Mona. This is how I breathe.
Like my mama.
Yeah.
Should I put this in the microwave to defrost? Huh?
It's very cold, Manju.
How cold, mommy?
Very cold. You forgot it, Manju?
I know. But it's almost February. It starts to warm up by this time. Starts to get a little bit more.
No, Manju, not at all. It's very cold. Just like...
No, I know. Do you hear her? Okay, other people are online now. Stop it. Munab was there. Rani Andy's there.
Tandavika Prabhu, will you be my backup tonight? I don't have backup at the moment.
That's fine.
Thank you,
Mommy
Prabhu.
said you do have backup. She's there for you.
Oh, she's my backup? Or are you my backup? Nope, Tandavika Prabhu, Manju's going to do it.
I
Great.
didn't say
Thank
that I'm
you.
there for
That is a double surprise.
Your
Thank you,
mother
Manjuba.
wants to be there for you. I don't want to be there for you. Your mother wants to support you.
Oh, in my car, in the little thing.
Bye. Oh.
Okay, everyone. Hare Krishna. It's 7:30, so we'll go ahead and get started. There is no verse for the day, so we'll just jump right into the kirtan. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine.
Namaste Saraswati Devin Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vastachadishatanine.
Namaste Saraswati Devam Gauravani Pracharine Nevishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Desatarini.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Tanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Natavara Radhe.
Jaya Radha Natabara Radhe.
Jaya Radha Natavara Radhe.
Jaya Radha Natavara Radhe.
Jaya Radha Natavara Radhe.
Jaya Radha Natavara Radhe.
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Shri Shri Radha Network ki jai.
Jai.
Shri
Thank you,
Gaurnitai ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vinaji auntie,
Yes.
you are scheduled to sing Yashavati Nandan.
Okay. Hare Krishna. जशोमति नंदन ब्रज बर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना जशोमति नंदन ब्रज बर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना गोपी परन धन मदन मनोहर कालिया दमन विधाना गोपी परन धन मदन मनोहर कालिया दमन विधाना आमला हरि नाम में अविलासा आमला हरि विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगर बर बंसी बदन सुवासा विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगर ब्रज जन पालन सुर कुल नासन नंद गोधन रखवाला गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर सुंदर नंद गोपाला यमुना तट पर गोपी बसन हर यमुना तट पर गोपी बसन हर रास रसिक कृप माया रास श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर श्री राधा वल्लभ भक्ति विनोद आश्रया यशोमति नंदन ब्रज बर नागर गोकुल रंजन काना यशोमति गोपी परन धन मदन मनोहर गोपी कालिया दमन विधाना आमला हरि नाम मिय विलासा बंसी बदन सुवासा ब्रज जन पालन सुर कुल नासन नंद गोदन रखवाला गोविंद माधव नवनीत दासर सुंदर नंद गोपाला यमुना तट पर गोपी बसन हर रास रसिक कृप माया श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर भक्ति विनोदाश्रया हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण ट्रांसलेशन
Lord Krishna is the beloved son of Mother Yashoda, the transcendental lover in the land of Raja, the delight of Gokula, Kana, the wealth of the lives of the gopis. He steals the mind of even Cupid and punishes the Kaliya serpent. These pure holy names of Lord Hari are full of sweet nectarian pastimes. Krishna is the lord of the 12 forests of Raja. He is ever youthful and is the best of lovers. He is always playing on a flute, and he is an excellent dresser. Krishna is the protector of the inhabitants of Raja, the destroyer of various demoniac dynasties, the keeper and tender of Nanda Maharaja's cows, the giver of pleasure to the cows, land, and spiritual senses, the husband of the goddess of fortune, the butter thief, and the beautiful cowherd boy of Nanda Maharaj. Krishna wanders along the banks of the river Yamuna. He stole the garments of the young damsels of Raja who were bathing there, delights in the mellows of the rasa dance. He is very merciful, the lover and beloved of Srimati Radharani, and the great dancer of Vrindavan. and the shelter and only refuge of Thakur Bhakti Vinod.
Thank you so much. So today's class will be given by His Holiness Hanuma Preshik Maharaj. So without further ado, Maharaj, the floor is yours.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Maharaj, we can hear you.
Okay, can I share my screen, sir?
Manju?
Yeah, it's already turned on, Raj.
Got it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 So we've been requested. What's happening here? My goodness. Okay. We've been requested to do maybe 3 different compilations. One is Sankhya, science and the Vedas. Another one is world classical literature, which we did, for example, Hamlet and Arjuna. And another one then is interfaith dialogue. Of course, we did that right here in Murfreesboro, So we started working on this, and it's going to be something we'll be continuing over several days. Maybe every Friday we can do it, And so we started off with this one title, one approach. Now, again, this is for preaching outside, to a certain kind of people, like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Lord Chaitanya preaching to them, Prakashananda Saraswati, Tamal Krishnamars told me very forcefully that Prabhupada said over and over again for his entire last year, scientific preaching is my number 1 preaching program. So what we have here, let me see if I can turn this on, by the way, slideshow, record slideshow. Okay. Can you still see our screen, Abhishek?
Yes, Maharaj, we can.
Okay. So we have here, okay. So we've titled this Christian Canons Have Fired at My Days. Diary of a Traveling Creature. www.jayarama.us 2021, January 22nd. And here we have the little guy under the... So go to the next slide here. Okay. So here we have Phil Oakes. Okay. And it looks like our connection's being lost. And it has a little biography of him. He was one of a person very, very formative in our development.
Maharaj, we can't hear you anymore.
You can hear me now, though, right?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Yeah, it keeps connecting and disconnecting. Maybe we need to get cable here. So he was an American, again, very formative in our development of our ideas, and other people too probably like us. So he was an American protest singer. He was all during this gigantic cultural process that Prabhupada came to in the 1960s, and which actually was the basis of our movement on a global basis. Or as he preferred, a topical singer and songwriter. He also called himself a musical journalist who was known for his sharp wit, sardonic humor, earnest humanism, political activism, insightful and alliterative lyrics, and distinctive voice. He wrote hundreds of songs in the 1960s and 1970s and released 8 albums. And I sent this on our link. There's a link there to this one song, which is called Christian Canons Have Fired at My Days. And of course, the word canon means a gun, but it also means the very strict rules and regulations. How things are supposed to be conducted, like that. Let me see if I can do this. I can't. Okay. So then also you see a citation then from that nectar of instruction from Prabhupada's point of view. Similarly, and this is from the first verse, Vacho Vegam, Manasa, Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udarapasta Vegam. And it's very, very universal. You find all over the world people are talking about this, that people are, running to satisfy their tongue and their belly and their romantic gratification. Take those things away and most of the marketplaces in the world disappear. Tongue, belly, and genitals. So Socrates, Confucius, Plato, of course, science in many ways just tries to understand these things. Science it's almost like implicit without even discussing it, that these are the goals: sense gratification, prolonged life, fit for gratification. You can look at movies like Dr. Strangelove, very popular. They don't even discuss it. The strong hedonistic tendency. But how to do it in a more and more fantastic ways. Okay, so Prabhupada says, similarly, certain Christians go to church to confess their sins, thinking that confessing their sins before a priest and performing some penance will relieve them from the results of their weekly sins. As soon as Saturday is over and Sunday comes, they again begin their simple activities, expecting to be forgiven the next Saturday. So a very prominent, activity, and people on this more gyan level, on this poetic level, they're not accepting this. They're not accepting the formalities of Islam, the formalities of Christianity, the formalities of Buddhism. So many religions which are just aimed at producing a big material result. Of course, for those from India, we know so much, of a caste system and to support certain people. It's exactly the same thing. You're going to go to hell unless you perform the sacrifice for your fathers and your ancestors. You're going to, So it's a very prominent aspect in the world is this following the formalities of religion, which have become infiltrated with materialistic desires. And of course, it can be big or small materialistic desires. So Phil Oakes, as one person, represents a very nice aspect on this. Okay, next slide here. Okay. And here we have then on the right hand. Hello?
We are not seeing any slides, Maharaj.
Well, that's interesting. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just have to read them to you then. I don't know how to get it going now. So anyway, what you would see, I sent it out. You can look at it there. Is about let me see. T.S. Eliot. Okay. T.S. Eliot was born 1888 and died 1965, and he received the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1948. So also very, very celebrated, again, like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Prakashananda Saraswati, the South Indian Brahmins and the Madhva, Tattvavadis, so many people we can talk to and communicate with about getting them to appreciate Lord Chaitanya and through the media of Rupa Goswami, like that. So he wrote a poem about religion, which I'll read to you now. The hippopotamus, that's the name of the poem, the hippopotamus. The broad-backed hippopotamus. Let's see, can I share it? I can't share it. Let me try one more second to try and share this. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, we'll try one more time here. There it is, yeah. Can you see it now?
Yes, Maharaj, we can.
Okay. Okay. When he's reading these things, it's very droning, voice. It's very, not spooky, but very somber, deep. He has very, very good poetry reading voice. The broad-backed, see how this applies to ISKCON. The broad-backed hippopotamus rests on his belly in the mud. The broad-backed hippopotamus rests on his belly in the mud. Although he seems so firm to us, he is merely flesh and blood. Flesh and blood is weak and frail, susceptible to nervous shock, while the true church can never fail, for it is based upon a rock. The hippo's feeble steps may err, encompassing material ends, while the true church never stirs to gather in its dividends. The potamus can never reach the mango on the mango tree, but fruits of pomegranate and peach refresh the church from over the sea. At mating times, the hippo's voice becomes inflections hoarse and odd, but every week we hear rejoice, the church at being one with God. Hippopotamus's day is passed in sleep. At night he hunts. God works in a mysterious way. The church can sleep and feed at once. I saw the potamus take wing, ascending from the damp savannas, and inquiring angels round him sing the praises of God in loud hosannas. Okay, we're losing our connection again. Yeah. But the audio is good. Blood of the Lamb shall wash him clean, and him shall heavenly arms enfold. Among the saints he shall be seen, performing on a harp of gold. He shall be washed as white as snow, by all the martyred virgins kissed, while the true church remains below, wrapped in the old miasmal mist. So you can see it's very, very common. It's a common theme amongst, even now, you see it so many times. People who are discussing this are quite educated. They appear to be quite educated and what's the word, eloquent, expressive, communicating themselves. But then they have very, very bad opinion of religion, because all is exactly what we're talking about. We're different forms and ritual, guided and dominated by a materialistic priestly class. Maya Parita Gyanas, people more intelligent, using these things for their own satisfaction. And so somehow or other, we have to be able to present our ideas, really bound to these rituals. Prabhupada said, the Bhaktivedanta Institute, everything will go on there that goes on in the rest of our centers, but it will be for those who cannot attend our regular temples like that and so on. They disidentify it as a religion with formalities like other things they've seen. And we've seen, practically speaking, people when approaching this fashion, they can appreciate, okay, again, the Upanishads. The Upanishads are for very intellectual people, and so they can begin to get an appreciation that God is not just the rituals and the formalities. He has no hands, but he controls everything. He has no feet, but he moves swifter than everybody. He never leaves his abode, but he's everywhere. So this is a little bit of a presentation, this perspective, that we're trying to reach this kind of people. And of course, we meet them in many different ways, and also to the influential. So many thousands of people were following Prakashananda Nanda Saraswati's Boma with that. Now, I suspect this is the last slide.
No slide, Maharaj.
Okay, that's because our robot is not connected. Anyway, it's very beautiful. It has a picture of Lord Nityananda up on the left. Then it has a little boat down below. going through the waters, traveling, and it says, "Where is Sita hidden?" She's hidden in everybody's heart. Chaitanya Charita says that the Shakti, of course, which is personification, and of course, Lady, that Hladini Shakti is the essence of the nature of the soul. So in the end, everybody wants to give everything to the supreme hero who never fails, like that. Okay, yeah. So we're looking, trying to find Sita, trying to deliver her the ring from Ram, which we can Upadeshamrita. Me, present them the Upadeshamrita, if you can touch their heart. And then in the picture also, again, nuns, look, 19th century, and one nice angel with his banner, That's the end, but that's the idea. Taking Lord Nityananda's mercy, who can go out, and all these people, that doesn't matter if they're physically alive or dead, because their heritage is there. Finish off with one story. There's only one video of Carl Jung, and it's by a professor, I think, from Stanford, interviewing him in Switzerland, I don't know, sometime 1960s or something, and it's very good, very questions, and good depth, So one time this professor is saying, "Oh, Professor Jung, I heard that you and Freud used to analyze each other's dreams and things like that, And can you tell us about some of Freud's, archetypes and attachments and this and that, And then Jung said, "Well, they're confidential things about his own life, like that, and so on." Then the professor says, "Well, but he's dead now, But Jung looks a little surprised and says, "Yes, but he still has his reputation," like that, a little firm, Yeah. So this is the reality, we're dealing with the cultural aspects of people, and there are paramparas on every side. Otherwise, how would people know? And so understanding these philosophers and people and mystics and religious people from the past and gives us access, depending. For example, there's almost no followers of Anishwara Kapila now, but others, yes, very vibrant communities. And if you can understand them and communicate with them, then they can get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So thanks to everybody. Hare Krishna. That's our little presentation for today. Any questions or comments?
It doesn't seem as though there are any questions tonight, Maharaj.
Maharaj, you talked about the formalities of religion. So are they necessary? Or are they just formalities? We're not. And in sadhana bhakti, we have to do some formalities. We have to stick to it until.
Upadeshamrita is first instructions for neophyte devotees. So what does it say about that? Is there an answer to your question there? It talks about the things that are impediments. Achahara, prayasascha, prajalpa, niyamagraha. That's the one, no? Niyamagraha? What does that mean? Niyamagraha.
Too much attached to rules and regulation, and then overdoing it and not doing it all.
Yeah, one is attached to the rules and regulations, but not for the purpose of advancing in spiritual life. Yeah. One may be very serious about showing up every day in Mangalartik. You've seen this sometimes, even in ISKCON. Somebody's a brahmachari from a small village and sticks it out and becomes some manager of this, and finally he's in charge of the big guest house and has 5 brahmacharis working for him and 35 servants, and so he's very comes with this servants iron his dhoti and everything, and he shows up in the programs, but internally so much dissatisfaction because he's doing it because these things are necessary. If you're going to be manager of the guest house, okay, you got to show that you're a good devotee, So there's so many reasons why we can be attached to the rituals and the formalities, and just completely forget the essence of what we're trying to do. Ravana was very strict in performing certain kinds of sacrifices and things like that, but was for the wrong reason. So that's what people, some people appreciate it. No, you can do the most abominable things in the names of religion.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm trying to connect again. I guess this is I'm being defeated here. We have to get a cable connection. Yeah. Okay, I'm back now. Okay. 21 minutes. Like that.
Are there any other questions? If there are no other questions, then we can let Maharaj take rest for the evening and put hot milk and Krishna book.
Or else I can stay for the kirtan, like that.
Or you can stay for the kirtan as well. Yes, Maharaj.
Well, thank you, sir. You're very kind.
I'm very generous, Maharaj.
Yes.
I guess I just have a question. Are we going to do Saint Narottam Das Thakur songs this evening, or are we just going to go straight to Nishinga prayer?
Nishinga prayer.
Okay. So since there are no questions, we'll go ahead and move on to the next part of the program. Amit Bhaiya, are the girls available to sing the Nishinga prayer?
Yes.
Perfect. We'll sing them in honor of Jayapataka Maharaj's speedy recovery and Ashish Prabhu's speedy recovery. Thank you.
Namaste Narasingaya. Namaste Narasingaya. Praladiladidaini. Praladiladidaini. Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Shrilatankanakalaye. Shrilatankanakalaye. Ito nasingo parato nasingo. Ito nasingo parato nasingo. Yato yato yami tato nasingo. Yato yato yami tato nasingo. Pahe nasingo hridaye nasingo. Pahe nasingo hridaye nasingo. Narasingamadem sharanam prapade. Narasingamadem sharanam prapade. Tava kara kamalavare. Nakama buddha shringam. Danita hiranyakashipu. Tanubingam. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Tava kara kamalavare. Nakama Buddha Shringa. Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanuvringa. Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadish Hare. Jaya Nrsimhadev, 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 Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nrsimha Bhagwan ki jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, ladies. So just a reminder, tomorrow we'll go back to our regular time of 8 o'clock. So that concludes this evening's program. If everyone will unmute themselves, we'll recite the Vaishnava Pranam prayer and be on our way. Pancha
Namo